Yo, what's good, meatheads? Hope you're having an amazing day and welcome to another episode of the Meathead of the Mic podcast. It's your boy, the returning champ, IFBB Pro Map Italian. Today, we're coming at you with a topic, all right? We are going to be coming at you with another topic, and today's topic is essentially about metabolism. We're going to be talking about how to speed up your metabolism, how to fix your broken metabolism. If this is something that you struggle with, if you've always had a slow metabolism, and that's the real reason why you couldn't burn fat or build muscle like other people have, then pay attention because this episode, we're really going to be paying attention to that. We're really going to be bringing some attention to that and shedding some light on it. So, again, guys, we're going to talk about the reality of age, right? Because, as you do get older, your metabolism, just like other things, tends to go on a decline, right? Age, metabolism, how you can speed up your metabolism even as you do age, and also burn more fat, build more muscle to get closer and closer to building your dream body. All right. So if that's something that you want to learn about, if that's something that you want a friend to learn about, share it out to somebody. Let them know that there is a way to fix their metabolism so that they're not just sitting there spinning their tires, looking at the fucking ceiling like, oh, I can't do this. All right. So let's pay attention. Let's break it down. All right. The first thing I want to tell you is that your metabolism alone isn't a crutch, okay? Your metabolism being slow isn't a crutch. You're not essentially stuck in that position that you think you're in. I know a lot of people think, oh, well, I heard this, I heard that. It's true that if I do this or if I do that, it doesn't matter because my metabolism is slow. If I go to the gym, if I try to do anything, it's not going to work because my metabolism is just slow. Okay. And guys, you're not obese because of your age. Your metabolism does slow down as you get older, but just because your metabolism slows down due to your age doesn't mean that because you're a certain age, you can't speed up your metabolism, you can't fix your metabolism, or that you can't burn fat and build muscle and get closer to your dream body. That's a myth. Okay. Older age doesn't stop your metabolism. As I said, it might slow down, just like other things. Again, for men listening to this, your testosterone production will go on a decline as you get older, right? Your muscle mass will go on a decline as you get older. Things get worse as you get older. We're not going to discount that, but it doesn't make anything impossible. It doesn't make fat loss impossible. It doesn't make muscle building impossible, right? It just makes it a little bit more difficult. It makes it a little bit more difficult. That's all. And yes, you can speed it up to burn more fat. You can speed up your metabolism to burn more fat. And the way we do that is by increasing the total amount of muscle that you have on your body. Okay? I want you to understand that. We do that by increasing the total amount of muscle that we have on our body. And doing that will increase your BMR. And your BMR, guys, if you aren't familiar with the term, it's an acronym, BMR. It stands for basal metabolic rate, which is just fancy science talk for metabolism. Okay? When you focus on putting more lean muscle tissue on your physique, you increase your BMR, your basal metabolic rate, which is, as I just said, a fancy word for metabolism. So you increase your metabolism, you speed it up. Doesn't matter what age you are, if you focus on building muscle, regardless of your age, regardless of your starting point. Why does that happen? Well, because muscle itself is more calorically expensive than fat, meaning the more muscle that you have, the more calories your body is going to burn just to exist. If you walk while you're jacked versus walking while you're fat, you're burning more calories while you're jacked. If you sleep while you're jacked versus sleeping while you're fat, you're burning more calories in your sleep because you're jacked. Why? Because muscle is more calorically expensive than fat. It costs more energy to maintain muscle and also build it than it does to maintain or get fat, right? So I want you to understand that. It's not impossible to change, regardless of your age. Okay? And the number one way we achieve the ability to increase our BMR, our basal metabolic rate, to speed up our metabolism, regardless of our age, is by eating a well-balanced diet and exercising regularly. So what does that even mean? A well-balanced diet means that you are at the very least getting 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Yes, you can have a little bit less. Science states that you can get away with 0.7, 0.8, sure. But if you're older, I wouldn't really roll on that side unless you have certain conditions that, allow your body not to digest protein properly, and where it might be a health risk. Those are the only discrepancies. But outside of that, I would always recommend 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. And the reason why is because if you don't already know, protein is the muscle building food. With protein, you build muscle. And if you build muscle, then you speed up your metabolism. Why? Because your BMR increases. Why? Because muscle is more calorically expensive than fat. Do you understand? Do you follow? Okay? When you do this consistently, it can counteract those age-related metabolism slowing changes. Okay? Yes, your metabolism will slow down, especially if you aren't doing anything about it. But the only way to really combat that is to make sure that your nutrition is on point, you're eating a well-balanced diet, and you're exercising regularly. Okay? And a well-balanced diet doesn't just come down to protein. It also does factor in the fact that you have to eat the correct amount of calories for your specific goal. Everyone needs a certain amount of calories to either gain weight or to lose weight. Okay? Everybody. And that number is specific for everybody. They have their own magic formula, including you. Right? So you need to be eating the amount of calories that's necessary for you to be burning fat, which is what we call in the game a calorie deficit. You need to be making sure that you're feeding your muscles so that you can grow your muscles, so that you can increase your BMR and in turn increase your metabolism speed. And last but not least, you got to be making sure you're exercising regularly and not just half-assing it, but you're actually, really going hard as you can at least. I understand with old age, you don't have this much energy, but at least if you're putting your all into it. Guys, I see some pretty old motherfuckers at the gym. I'm talking about in their 70s and their 80s, and they kick ass. They go in there and they grind more than some of you fucking 20, 30-year-olds. So there's no excuse, especially if you're like a 50-year-old. You're like, oh, I've been working all my life. I don't give a shit. That one person that's 70 years old, that old fart who goes to the gym consistently. And they probably have worse joints than you, so fuck your excuses. Okay? Like, when you do this consistently, when you eat a well-balanced diet, exercise hard regularly, and you do this consistently, it can counteract the age-related metabolic changes, especially when you start young, which is why, especially if you're 30 and you think that, oh, I'm fucked, man. Like, I messed up after college or high school, and now I'm stuck here. You're still young. 30 is really young, eh? 30 is young. You have a lot of time ahead of you, God willing. You don't die tonight. Because shit happens. Life is fucked. I'm not trying to put that in the air, but you've got a lot of time. If you're 30 years old and you think that, oh, well, because I fucked off after college or high school, I've got all this work to do, it's just impossible. Well, it's better than starting at 60, because by the time you're 60, your body's already been a certain way for so long that shit's just fucking permanent. But 30, you can literally put in 30 years of work from 30 to 60 and never even look like you suffered in your early adulthood. So it's better to start younger, of course. But if you were listening to this and you haven't started younger, it's still not the fucking end. Yes, shit is worse for you, which is why I always stress start fucking earlier. But just because you didn't start early doesn't mean you shouldn't start at all. Do you understand? Okay? If you're listening to this, you probably didn't reap the benefits of starting younger because you didn't start as a young man or a young woman, and you didn't capture the early benefits of muscle memory. Because, guys, at 30 years old even, okay, you can get consistent, you can grow, you can, burn fat and do all those things. And then you could even mess up a little bit somewhere along the line. But when you restart again at 50 years old, it's going to be a lot easier for you than the person that's starting fresh at 50. Why? Because of muscle memory. The nuclei in your muscle will remember it performing at a certain level. And then it would be easier to return to as opposed to restart, or as opposed to like build up to, because you've never been there before, especially in your older age when your body's literally fighting against you. So guys, if you didn't start then, I understand it's depressing, it's sad, you're like, fuck, I kind of wasted my life, but it's cool, because you shouldn't fear that. You should fear that you don't start now. Because again, the best time to start anything that you haven't started is now. You can't go into the past. Now is better than never starting at all, let's be honest. Right? And just because you're in your 30s, your 40s, or even in your 50s, it doesn't mean you can't fix your metabolism. It doesn't mean you can't burn fat. It doesn't mean you can't build muscle or get closer and closer to the best built, best performing body you've ever had. Does that make sense? Do you follow? Do you understand? Like, sure, it's going to take a lot more effort than Jimmy, who's been fucking in shape since high school. The one who, never really let his foot off the gas since he was young, which you want to do. If you're young and you're listening to this, you're 30, you're 40 even. It's time to really get serious. But guys, even if you didn't start young like Jimmy, it's still fucking doable. And I know this because I've helped men do it. And also because I'm basically Jimmy. I didn't stop. Yes, I'm not perfect. I fucked up along the way, but I know that when I'm 60, I'm going to look a lot better than 99.9% of the 60-year-olds, because as a 25-year-old, I look better than 99.9% of the 25-year-olds. And I just keep doing the same thing over and over. And I'm not saying this to like deter you or rub fucking salt into your wounds, but you need to understand that if you haven't started taking care of your body, fixing your metabolism, burning fat, getting closer and closer to loving your body, first of all, the question is, when will you start that? And second of all, do you understand that it's fucking you over? I mean, of course you do, which is why you listen to this episode this far. All right. So if you're over 30 and you're overweight and you need help fixing your slow metabolism, you don't know how to burn fat, you struggle with building muscle, you have man boobs, love handles, and you want to get rid of that shit, honestly, reach out to me. I do this for a living. I can help you. I promise that. I've done it for others. I've done it for myself. I can do it for you. Okay. All you got to do is reach out to me on any social media platform. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can drop a comment. If you're watching this on Instagram, you can DM me. TikTok, you can DM me. Facebook, shoot me a message or a comment. Just DM the word metabolism, and I'll see if we can figure out a game plan for you to help you get back on track. Again, guys, it's better to get started than to never start at all. All right? That's all I wanted to share with you. That's it. That's all. If you like this episode, share it out with a friend. I hope I was able to deliver a valuable experience to you guys and girls today. Thank you so much for your precious time and attention. Let's embrace your inner meathead together. It's been nice chatting. Hope you like what today's topic was about. IFBB Pro, Matt Butale, signing out. Boom. All right, folks, episode's recorded. Hope y'all like that one. We don't sit on the air anymore and like answer questions. So if you do have questions or comments or anything pertaining to like metabolism or today's topic or fitness related in any way, just shoot me a message. Shoot me a message. I'll do my absolute very best. I'm very busy, but I'll do my absolute very best to get to you and help you out, give you a quick answer. All right. Hope you guys and girls enjoyed today's episode. We'll be back again tomorrow with another episode. You know what time it is, 12 p.m. EST. We're out.